Hello again, my fellow boxing fans. How are you doing? Yeah, you know what happened. I had to redo this after night. Video got interrupted for some reason, so I'm gonna make this a little shorter now. Well, first, this weekend is gonna be pretty good, you know. And first, before I go to the big fight, there is a fight in the featherweight division that I want to talk about, which is for a WBO title, actually, which is held right now by a very capable fighter called Robeisy Ramirez from Cuba. So he's fighting a guy that is a freak of nature at 6'1" featherweight. Wow. Rafael Espinoza. Yeah, I just couldn't believe it when I saw it. Man, this is crazy. Yeah, he is indeed 6'1", but he's got an unbeaten record, but of 21 and 0 with 18 knockouts, but hasn't fought anybody really yet. Anybody that is worth something. So this is a big step up in class for him. So he's fighting a guy who beat Isaac Dogbo and also knocked out Abraham Nova and Satoshi Shimizu in his first defense. That's Robeisy Ramirez. So Racy is of course much shorter, which is natural for a featherweight, 5'6", you know. Yeah, and also he's got 7-inch height disadvantage and 6-inch reach disadvantage. But he's a southpaw while Espinoza is orthodox, so a righty. Yeah, yeah. I mean, ha, this is gonna be a pretty interesting fight. How does Ramirez respond? How does he cope with such a great physical disadvantages? I think he can. He can do it. He can cope with it, but it might become kind of hard to stop this guy because I mean, Ramirez has won 8 of his 13 wins by fights that he won by stoppage. So, but I don't know if he can manage to stop a giant featherweight like this, who also has power, obviously. So yeah, I think probably he will have to settle for a decision victory. But I definitely think Ramirez will win. He should win, really, unless something unprecedented should happen. Yeah, we also have a fight for WBO Cruiserweight Championship between Chris Billam Smith and Mateusz Masternak, who seems to have been around forever now. Like I see now, wow, he actually started out as a pro in 2006. Holy crap, that's amazing. Yeah, I mean, like, I remember, like, 2012, 13, that was his, heyday when he was European champion and stuff. So, yeah. Well, Chris Billam Smith, he's got one loss, 18 wins, 12 knockouts, while Masternak has 47 wins, 31 by knockout, 5 losses. Has been stopped once, and I know that was against Grigory Drozd, who has been retired for a while now. Yeah. So this is fight is in Bournemouth in England. Wow. I don't know if Billam Smith is from Bournemouth, probably is, but or something. I don't know. He's a taller guy by 3 inches. He's younger by 3 years also. But actually, Masternak has an inch reach advantage, which is interesting. Yeah, some guys just don't have a big reach, despite how tall they are, while others who are not very tall have a really long reach. That's how it is. Well, at this point, Masternak being, past his prime and all that, 36, has been around now for, you know, 17 years, man. This is his likely his last big fight, his last title fight, definitely. So I don't expect him. I expect him to put up an effort. Yeah, why not? Yeah, I do. But to win, it will be very hard. I mean, especially if it goes the distance on hostile English territory. I mean, Smith only has to win like 5 rounds to get a decision or something, how it goes there. 5, 6 rounds will be enough. So, and he can do it. But I think, since he's been on a roll lately and has stopped actually Lawrence Sokoli, Mr. Boar himself, that he can also probably stop Masternak. And yeah, but we'll see. It's not that sure. It's not certain or anything, but now Masternak hasn't been stopped for a long time, like 10 years. And that time he was stopped, it was late in the fight, 11th round, I believe, against Rose. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see now. Anyway, Billam Smith wins for that's almost certain, and yeah. I don't think Masternak has that kind of power that he can just win by landing a lucky punch or anything. Yeah. All right. So Billam Smith to win either by a decision or a knockout. That's yeah, probably by decision. I would say. Andrew, is this Andrew Maloney? Yeah, fighting against a Filipino guy called Judy Flores. Wow, that's interesting. It is actually for, yeah, it's just a 10 round super flyweight fight. All right. Well, in that case, I'm not gonna spend much time on that. Yeah. Hmm. All right. Well, I guess then also we have Ebony Bridges making a comeback to the ring. That's gonna be interesting to see. Yeah, I mean she hasn't fought for a year now, so almost exactly it will be because the last time it was on the 10th. That's my birthday, by the way, so I remember it well. She's now 37 years of age, and kind of she did start late also, so yeah, she looked very good. I mean, in her last fight, except for the first 2 rounds, but after that she just rolled right over that woman. What was her name? Shannon Courtney, was it? Yeah. No, sorry, Shannon Conley. Yeah. So that's gonna be. I don't know anything about her opponents, so I want to go Yoshida. She's from Japan. There isn't any info either, but I reckon she is the favorite. Regis is the favorite to win. Also, Liam Paro versus Montana. Well, all right. So anyway, we go to the main fight now. Finally, wow, this is actually in the light welterweight division for a WBC belt. So what's going on is Devin Haney is stepping up for the first time to 140 against none other than Regis Prograis, Rugaru. Yeah. So wow, what a fight, man. Yeah, that's. I mean, a guy who is already seasoned like a veteran, like Prograis, 34 years of age, but still game, still a dangerous puncher on that against a young, lion, let's call it that, again in Haney, 30 and 0, 25 years of age, yeah, has been growing and physically and as a fighter also, let's say. While Prograis is pretty much, he has shown us everything already. He cannot get any better at this point for sure. Yeah, I see immediately. Actually, one thing that is important is that Prograis is a southpaw, while Haney is not. That might be trouble, problems for Haney. And there's a slight height advantage for Haney, but only 1 inch, while the more significant is the reach advantage, which is 3 inches for Haney. Yeah. So Haney, he's great idol and yeah, influences of course Floyd Mayweather Jr. And yeah, he fights pretty much like he did in his prime. He's kind of a defensive, technical fighter, a jabber, and yeah, who isn't that big a puncher, but he usually, if he can really time you perfectly, like Floyd did, for instance, against Ricky Hatton, he can knock you out. Yeah, but that doesn't happen that often. Not a lot, anyway. Yeah, definitely. While Prograis is more of a pure puncher, but also has some skills as well. So he's not, just a crude guy, crude puncher, a power guy. Yeah, I mean, Prograis has, I believe, still only one loss on his record. Yep, that was to Josh Taylor. That was no shame either. So, while Haney is officially unbeaten, however, many, including myself, were really questioning his victory over Vasily Lomachenko, and I also thought that that should have gone to Loma, and yeah, it was a close fight and all that, but still, I thought, to give it to Haney, they could have called it a draw instead, at least, but no, of course, they had to give it to Haney. But that's how it is, and that's boxing today, full of politics. Yeah, so Haney, he was very dominant against George Kambosos Jr., of course, in both fights, but that's because Kambosos is not a technical fighter. He's a brawler who doesn't possess the power, which is not good, of course, for a brawler. Yeah, kind of like Vito Antoine Fermo, maybe you might compare him to yeah, because Vito was not really a big puncher either, much of a puncher. Yeah, so what I expect here, I mean, I expect, of course, Prograis to create problems for Haney and because of his southpaw style and everything, and with his power and it's the most dangerous fight probably since Lomachenko anyway, and even more dangerous than because Prograis hits harder. So it is so far the most dangerous fight of Haney's career. Yeah, definitely. So yeah, he's had 30 fights so far. He won half of them by knockout, and Prograis has won 24 out of 29 by knockout. So, yeah, there's a big difference there. Yeah. So yeah, this one is pretty hard actually to predict because it can go two ways. Either Haney outboxes, Prograis maybe survives a few definitely scary moments. I mean, shaky moments, gets clipped a couple of times, but he endures and wins on points, or he gets caught and dropped, at least dropped, and or even knocked out. So if Prograis manages to drop him, especially more than once, he can definitely he will win. I believe. I don't think Haney has ever been down actually. So yeah, that might bring him out of his zone, the comfort zone and everything. Yeah, but it's hard, because Prograis he's coming off a good win over Jose Zepeda, but that was a hard fight still. They went 11 rounds, and yeah, so I don't know really. I really would like to see Prograis win this fight, but I'm not sure at this stage and age, he's at. If he can really keep it, up, keep it going for like, for 12 rounds, or even bigger question is whether he can actually score a knockout because, Haney is very slick and strong defensively, Yeah, so maybe the more likely, the safer pick would be to go with Haney but in a close, for close decision, maybe split even. Yeah, probably. But of course, as I said, everything is possible. There is a realistic possibility of Prograis winning, either by knockout or on points, whatever. Yeah, you must remember this is also Haney's first fight at 140, so that can also be a factor, but it doesn't have to be because he has grown into it. He has outgrown the lightweight division, so yeah. So anyway, I don't know really. I think will go probably with a, even a draw. I can see a draw happening. It will be a really hard fight in a close one, I believe. Yeah. Can Rougarou do it one more time? Yeah, against Josh Taylor, that's the thing. It seems when he's not able to connect and do his own thing, like in the first 5, 6 rounds, he kind of sometimes loses it. Loses the courage or motivation. That's pretty much what happened against Taylor. Yeah, so that's why I think it's safer to pick Haney to win on points. All right, that was it. Thank you all for watching and following me, and until the next time, see you. Bye bye.